Welcome to VKids Animal Kingdom, a world where little creatures have big adventures. Today, we journey deep into the heart of the rainforest, where sunlight dances on emerald leaves and raindrops sparkle like tiny gems. Hidden among the vines and flowers lives a hero smaller than your thumb. The tiny tree frog. He leaps through the jungle, sings to the rain, and shows us how even the smallest life can make the biggest splash in nature's story. So, put on your explorer hats, open your ears to the sounds of the wild, and get ready for a journey filled with colors, songs, and secret surprises. Because here on VKids Animal Kingdom, every adventure begins with wonder. Chapter 4. The colors that protect. The dawn of color, or as the first rays of sunlight pierce through the emerald canopy. The rainforest transforms into a painting. Green leaves shimmer, dew reflects gold, and frogs awaken, each one dressed in colors that tell a story. Nature's secret language. To us, a frog's color might seem like decoration, but in the rainforest, every hue has meaning. Danger, desire, disguise, or defense. Colors are the words frogs use to speak to the world. The green of invisibility high in the branches. Tree frogs were the color of life itself. Green. This isn't just beauty, it's strategy. When they rest on leaves, even the keen eyes of snakes and birds can't tell where frog ends and foliage begins. The painter of the night at night, under moonlight, green fades into shadows. The frog becomes a ghost in the leaves, invisible even to the sharpest predators. The color shifts slightly, blending with the soft blues of the night. The fire-bellied. Warning, but not every frog wants to hide. Deep in the undergrowth lives the fire-bellied frog, black on top, blazing red or orange beneath. When danger comes, it arches its back, flashing its fiery belly. The message is clear. I am poison. Touch me, and you'll regret it. The art of deception. Some harmless frogs copy those bright colors, pretending to be toxic. This trick, called Batesian mimicry, confuses predators. In the rainforest, even imitation can save a life. The jewel of the jungle then comes the poison dart frog, a living gemstone, cobalt blue, lemon yellow, ruby red. These colors aren't for hiding. They're a warning written in nature's brightest ink. Beware. Its skin carries enough toxin to stop a predator's heart in seconds. The secret of the toxins, but here is it a mystery. Captive dart frogs lose their poison. The secret lies in their diet. Toxicants and mites, found only in the wild. Without those meals, their colors remain bright, but the danger fades. The armor of blue. Among them, the blue poison dart frog is the most famous. Its electric skin warns, do not touch, yet it moves gracefully, a dancer in the wet underworld of leaves and rain. The color shifters. Some species change their color throughout the day. When the sun is high, their skin lightens to reflect heat. At night, it darkens to absorb warmth. These amphibian alchemists use light itself as a shield. The mood of a frog. Amazingly, a frog's skin can also show emotion. Stress, fear, or excitement cause pigments to move under the surface, turning dull tones into brilliant flashes in moments. The rainforest is full of feelings painted in color. The hidden yellow. Some frogs hide bright colors on their inner thighs or under their legs. They sit quietly, dull and brown, until danger strikes. Then, a flash of yellow startles predators, buying precious seconds to escape. The mask of shadows. In the low light of dawn, many frogs wear stripes or blotches, patterns that break their outline. Even when they move, predators see only shifting light and shadow. This trick is called disruptive coloration. Nature's camouflage, the transparent ones. One of the rainforest's most mysterious creatures is the glass frog. Its Its skin is so clear that you can see its heart beating. It lives on the underside of leaves, invisible except to those who know where to look. The scientists' discovery. Researchers once thought the glass frog's transparency was just camouflage, but now they've learned it also helps regulate body temperature and avoid mosquito bites. Nature never wastes a color, not even clear. The larvas glow. During mating season, colors intensify. Males glow brighter. Greens turn richer. Blues deepen. In this colorful arms race, beauty becomes a weapon of love. The most dazzling male gets the mate. A romance written in light. The colors of rain after heavy rain. The world glistens. The frog's wet skin becomes a mirror, reflecting rainbows. It's not just stunning. The wet surface helps them breathe better and stay cool. The disappearing trick. Some frogs can change their shade within minutes. The white-lipped tree frog turns pale green in daylight and darker at night. Scientists believe it helps balance body temperature and stay hidden in shifting light. The toads, armor toads. 2 were earth tones. Brown, tan, even dusty red. The rough, dry skin looks like bark or stone. Unlike the flashy tree frogs, they blend with the soil, trusting invisibility more than intimidation. The color of warning calls. When frogs call, they often flash their throats. Sacs that inflate like balloons. These sacs aren't just for sound. They also display color. A yellow or orange sac against a green background can help attract mates or warn rivals. The color of water. Some frogs reflect the color of their habitat. In crystal clear ponds, they gleam like jade. In muddy swamps, their skin dulls to earthy browns. They are mirrors of their environment. The chemical armor beneath the surface. Pigments contain chemicals that protect against UV rays and bacteria. So, color isn't just for looks. It's a shield against invisible threats. The albino mystery. Rarely, a white frog is born, lacking pigment entirely. These albino frogs are fragile and easily seen by predators, but to scientists, they're living clues about how skin color evolved in amphibians. The shifting seasons. When dry season comes, colors fade. Greens turn dusty, yellows lose shine. During the wet months, pigments revive, and the rainforest glows again. The frog's colors rise and fall with the rhythm of the rain. The colors that heal certain frogs secrete skin compounds used in medicine. Some are painkillers, others antibiotics. The very colors that warn predators also signal potential cures for human diseases. The colorless night, under full moonlight, even the brightest frogs fade into grayscale. Their secret weapon, motion. Stillness makes them vanish. Movement reveals them. In darkness, survival is choreography. The Rainbow Alliance. Every frog's color contributes to the ecosystem. Bright ones control insect populations by day. Dull ones rule the night. Together, they balance beauty with function, art and science in perfect harmony. The human eye, we see their brilliance and call it beauty. But in the frog's world, beauty is not decoration. It's survival, chemistry, and ancient wisdom. To them, color is language. To us, it's wonder. The final glow. As dusk falls again, the rainforest glows one last time, a sea of greens, reds, and blues fading into darkness. The frogs retreat, their colors softening under the moonlight, waiting for another dawn to paint them alive again. Chapter 5. The Rain Singers. The first drop. The rainforest holds its breath. Clouds gather above, heavy and gray. The first drop falls, and suddenly, the forest awakens in song. From the canopy to the muddy floor, voices rise. The frogs are singing again. The music of rain. To us, it sounds like a jumble of croaks and chirps, but to the frogs, it's an orchestra. Every note has meaning. Every pause tells a story. This is how they talk, love, fight, and survive. The throat that sings a tiny green frog perches on a leaf. Its throat begins to swell, like a balloon made of gold. Then, croak. The sound bursts out, echoing through the trees. That balloon is its vocal sac, a magical amplifier of sound. Air. Drums. When the frog calls, air rushes from its lungs into the sac. The thin skin vibrates, creating sound waves that bounce across the forest. In the dense humidity, the sound travels far, sometimes up to a kilometer away. The love song. Not all calls are warnings. Some are love songs. A male sings to attract a mate, showing her he's strong and healthy. The louder and longer the song, the more likely she choose him. In the frog world, love begins with a tune, the rain predictor long before the rain starts. Frogs begin to sing. Scientists believe they sense changes in air pressure and humidity. When frogs sing, it's nature's way of saying, rain is coming. Their concerts are the Rainforest's weather forecast. The night orchestra as dusk falls. The forest transforms. Thousands of frogs call at once. High trills, deep growls, rapid clicks. Together, they create one of the most complex natural symphonies on Earth. Each species sings in its own time, like instruments in harmony. The maestro of the canopy. High above, the tree frog leads the performance. Its song rings like silver bells, clear and rhythmic. Other frogs join in, creating waves of sound that ripple through leaves and vines. The bass of the swamp down below. The bullfrog adds the bass. Its deep, booming rump shakes the water's surface. The smaller frogs pause, listening, then answer in chirps and whistles. The jungle becomes a choir, the rhythm of territory. Some frogs sing not for love, but for power. When a rival comes too close, a male belts out his strongest call, a challenge. If the intruder doesn't retreat, a wrestling match may follow. In this world, the loudest singer often wins. Whisperers. Not all frogs shout. Some whispering clicks or gentle peeps. The rainforest chorus frog uses soft sounds, heard only by nearby females. These whisperers are safe from predators who might hunt by sound. The ultrasonic singers in the mountains of China. One frog sings in ultrasound, a pitch too high for human ears, even amid roaring waterfalls. Its call travels cleanly through the noise. Scientists were stunned when they discovered this frog's using invisible sound waves, the water dancers. Some frogs don't rely on air at all. They send vibrations through the water or ground. A female can feel her mate's call through her feet. To them, the earth itself is an instrument. The daytime singers, most frogs, sing at night, but not all. In the Amazon, glass frogs sing under daylight filtered through leaves. Their songs blend with bird calls, adding hidden music to the sunny forest. The rainy duet. As the rain pours, two frogs sit side by side, their throats pulsing in unison. They sing together, adjusting rhythm and tone until their sounds merge. Scientists call this chorus matching teamwork in song. The croak of courage. Every song carries risk. Predators hear the same music. Snakes, bats, and birds follow the sound. Yet the frogs sing anyway. In their tiny hearts, courage beats with every note. The science of sound. When scientists study frog songs, they record waveforms and frequencies. Each species has a unique acoustic fingerprint. By listening carefully, researchers can identify frogs even in total darkness. The hidden species in recent years. Scientists have discovered new frog species by sound alone. A single unknown chirp in the rainforest led to the discovery of a never-before-seen frog. The forest still hides singers waiting to be heard. The rains reply as raindrops strike the leaves. They join the rhythm. The frogs pause, then answer. It's like a conversation between sky and earth. Water above, music below. The language of emotion, a frightened frog croaks short, sharp notes. A relaxed one hums softly. Even their mood changes the sound. Emotions ripple through the rainforest in waves of music. The temperature tune. Warm nights bring fast, excited trills. Cool evenings slow the rhythm. Frogs use temperature to set the beat, their very blood dictating the tempo of their world. The rivals chorus in one corner of the swamp. Two males sing louder and louder, each trying to outdo the other. Their calls overlap until one falls silent, defeated by the power of sound. The silent night. Sometimes, the frogs all go quiet. The forest freezes. A shadow moves, a snake gliding through the undergrowth. Silence becomes a shield. The concert stops until danger passes. The return of the song, then, a single chirp. Another joins. Soon, the orchestra returns, stronger than before. The rain softens, and the frogs sing into the dawn, a lullaby for the waking forest. The human connection. When people listen closely, they find patterns, beats, pitches, even rhythms like drums or strings. Ancient tribes once used frog calls to predict rain and planting seasons. To them, frogs were sacred weather spirits. The technological era today, scientists use AI microphones hidden in trees to listen 24/7. These recordings track frog populations and climate shifts. The rainforest's musical health report. Lost voices. But some calls have vanished. When a species disappears, so does its song. The rainforest loses not just a creature, but a note in its ancient melody. The frog's prayer, each song, each croak, is a declaration of life. I am here, the frog says, and I will sing again. The rain answers, and the cycle continues. The dawn in court as the clouds drift away. The final chorus echoes across misty branches. The frogs, soaked but content, retreat into leaves. The jungle hums softly, still holding the memory of their music. The sound of forever long after the rain stops. The echoes remain, bouncing through the canopy, vibrating in the soil, whispering through water. The rainforest never truly goes silent. The ending note. One last frog sings, high and clear. It's small, almost invisible, but its song fills the air. In that single note lies the story of life, persistence, and the power of a voice, no matter how tiny. Chapter 6. The Guardians of the Night. The night awakens as the last rays of sunlight fade. The rainforest exhales. The air grows cool and damp. Shadows stretch across the forest floor, and the trees whisper secrets to the stars. This is the hour of the frogs, the true rulers of the night, the hidden kingdom. While other creatures sleep, the frogs emerge from hiding. From the canopy to the puddles below, hundreds of tiny guardians crawl, leap, and cling to the darkness. Their songs begin softly, a lullaby for the waking jungle. The eyes that glow. If you shine a light into the forest, you'll see them countless pairs of eyes, glowing like emeralds and rubies. Frogs' eyes reflect moonlight, helping them see in near total darkness. Their large pupils gather even the faintest glimmer of light, the world in shadows. To a frog, night isn't dark. It's alive with movement. Their vision detects the tiniest flicker of wings or the ripple of a leaf. What seems like silence to us is a world painted in motion and sound. the night hunters. The guardians begin their patrol. A tree frog waits, perfectly still. Then snap, its tongue shoots out, faster than a blink, catching a moth mid-flight. Dinner in the dark is served. The silent tongue. A frog's tongue is soft, sticky, and lightning fast, covered in a special mucus that grabs insects instantly. It stretches out and recoils like a rubber band. Silent as the wind. No buzz, no hum. Only the night and the hunt. Their patrol. Up in the branches, tiny gliding frogs leap from leaf to leaf, using their webbed feet like parachutes. They catch flying beetles, landing silently before predators can spot them. In the night sky, frogs can fly. The ground watchers. Below, toads with warty skin wait in muddy trenches. They are patient hunters, sensing the vibrations of crawling ants and termites. One twitch of the soil, and the toad strikes. The glow beneath the canopy. Some frogs have faintly fluorescent skin that glows under moonlight or UV light. Scientists believe it helps them recognize each other, even in near darkness. The forest, invisible to us, shines with secret colors. The soundless patrol. The frogs move quietly. Only their eyes gleam. The rain from earlier drips from leaves, masking their tiny footsteps. Each droplet becomes a drum beat in the symphony of survival. The night's predators. But danger lurks. A tree snake slides silently across a branch. An owl turns its head, listening. A bat swoops through the mist. The night is not only for frogs, it belongs to hunters of every kind. The warning calls when danger approaches. Frogs sound alarms short, sharp notes that echo through the trees. Others freeze instantly. These warning croaks are signals only the forest can truly understand. The night armor. At night, frog skin thickens slightly and produces more mucus. This keeps them hydrated in the cool air and protects from parasites. Ebonine sleep their bodies, wear invisible armor. The web of balance. Each frog that hunts tonight keeps hundreds of insects from overrunning the forest. They are nature's pest controllers, protecting trees, plants, and even humans from swarms of disease-carrying bugs. The nighttime builders. Some frogs spend the night constructing bubble nests on leaves or puddles. The foam nest tree frog whips up froth with its legs, laying eggs safely inside. When morning comes, the foam hardens a nursery, hidden from the sun. The whispering rain. Mist rises from the forest floor. The frog's croaks grow softer, blending with the patter of dew. To them, every drop carries a message. Humidity, safety, or the promise of another meal. The glowing eyes of science. Researchers with headlamps walk carefully through the night, recording every sound and sight. Each glint of an eye reveals a new data point. The frogs guide them, glowing signposts of the rainforest's health. The color of silence. When the moon hides behind clouds, the forest goes pitch black. Yet the frogs continue to move with perfect grace. Their skin feels vibrations. Their senses map the world through touch and sound. They do not need light. They feel the forest, the hidden protectors. In this nocturnal world, frogs are silent guardians. They keep balanced, controlling insects, serving as prey for snakes, and feeding the soil through their life cycles. Every heartbeat, every leap, maintains harmony. The eyes in the water. By the riverbank, only two eyes break the surface. A water frog waits for ripples. A mosquito lands, gone in an instant. Beneath the still water, the guardians hunt unseen. The night. Quiet. Soon, the air fills again with calls. Some deep, some high, some trembling like the rustle of leaves. The frogs sing not just for mates. They sing to claim their place in the night, to remind the forest that they are still here, The lullaby of life. A lullaby spreads, gentle, rhythmic, eternal. The night hums with life, with breath, with the heartbeat of frogs who have sung the same songs for millions of years. The hunters rest as dawn nears. The frogs find shelter under leaves, inside bark, or buried in damp soil. Their eyes close slowly, their bodies still glistening with moonlight. Their work for the night is done. The night's legacy. When the sun returns, the rainforest sparkles, dew on leaves. Silence on air. But unseen, the balance remains, because the frogs have watched, hunted, and guarded their world through the night. The eternal watchers. Frogs have been doing this since before the dinosaurs vanished. They have guarded the night through ice ages and storms, through floods and droughts. Their survival is the rainforest's song of endurance. The last croak before dawn, a single frog calls. Low, soft, fading with the sunrise. It's a farewell to darkness, a promise to return when shadows grow again. The morning silence. The jungle brightens. The night fades away, but beneath the leaves, in puddles and ponds, the guardians of the night sleep, dreaming of stars, rain, and the music of the dark. Chapter 7. The Cycle of Life. The beginning of life. Deep within the emerald heart of the rainforest, the trees breathe mist. The rivers whisper softly, and somewhere among the leaves, a single life is about to begin. High above the forest floor, where the leaves form a green roof for the world below, tiny droplets cling to a leaf. To the untrained eye, they look like beads of dew. But look closer. They shimmer differently. Inside each clear sphere, something stirs. The mother tree frog rests nearby, her jade green skin glistening with morning light. She watches her delicate eggs sway in the damp breeze. Each egg carries a promise, the start of a new generation. The rainforest seems to hold its breath. Every creature, from the ants below to the parrots above, knows the importance of this quiet moment. The rain's gift. Then comes the rain, soft at first, then roaring with life. The drops bounce off leaves like dancing pearls, flooding tiny puddles and bringing freshness to every corner. The eggs begin to tremble as the cool water nourishes them. The rain isn't just a storm, it's a gift. It's the magic that awakens the unborn frogs within. As thunder echoes across the valley, the mother frog leaps away silently, trusting the forest to take care of her children. In the rainforest, every creature's survival depends on balance. Trust is part of life. The eggs now gleam brighter, tiny worlds of wonder floating in crystal bubbles. The dance of eggs. A few days later, the first movement begins. The eggs wiggle in rhythm with the pattering rain. Inside, the tiny tadpoles twist and twirl, their tails flicking like threads of silver. Soon, the eggs burst open one after another, releasing a storm of tiny, wiggly lives into the puddles below. Each tadpole is fragile, smaller than a raindrop, yet each carries the ancient story of survival written into its DNA. The puddle becomes a nursery, a small universe filled with motion. The dance of eggs has turned into a ballet of life, the miracle of tadpoles. The tadpoles swim in circles, their little tails flicking with joy. They breathe through gills like fish and feed on soft algae, coating the rocks. They know nothing of the world above, only the shimmering water, the dim light, and the constant hum of the rainforest beyond. As days pass, they grow. Tiny bodies stretch, their tails strengthen, and their bellies round with life. They're learning the rhythm of existence. Each tadpole, though small, is part of something much greater. The rainforest promised to keep life flowing. The hunters in the water, but even in paradise, danger lurks beneath the calm puddled surface. Shadows glide silently. Dragonfly larvae, fierce and patient, wait for a moment to strike. Birds above swoop down, eyes sharp as arrows. One tadpole disappears in a flash. Then another. Nature can be cruel, but it is always fair. The rainforest gives and takes, teaching every creature resilience. Still, many tadpoles survive. They learn to dart quickly, to hide beneath leaves, and to sense vibrations in the water. Instinct becomes their armor. The first breath of air. Days turn into weeks. The tadpoles grow small limbs. First the back legs, then the front. Their gills begin to fade, replaced by tiny lungs that long for air. Something ancient stirs in them, a call to rise above the surface. One brave tadpole wiggles to the edge of a leaf, breaks through the water, and takes its very first breath. The air tastes different, wild, sweet, and new. The tadpole is no longer bound to the water. It is becoming something more. The great transformation. Transformation is the rainforest's favorite miracle. The tadpole's tail begins to shrink, its body reshapes, and its head lifts proudly above the water. Eyes grow wider, ready to see the vast green world. In a matter of days, the once wiggly swimmers turn into tiny frogs, perfect miniatures of their parents. The puddle nursery becomes a chorus of croaks and chirps. The young frogs climb twigs, testing their legs for the first great leap. They are no longer creatures of water. They belong to both worlds now. The leap of change with a final flick of its tail. One young frog leaps from the puddle to a low leaf. The leap is small but monumental. It's the first step into a lifetime of adventure. Raindrops glisten on its back as the forest welcomes its new child. The young frog looks around. Everything is enormous. The ferns, the moss, even the ants marching below. It croaks softly, a sound so small it could be mistaken for a whisper. But that whisper will one day echo through the jungle canopy. The rainforest's nursery. The young frogs scatter across the rainforest, each seeking its own path. Some climb vines, others hide beneath damp leaves. The forest, full of life, offers lessons at every turn. The frogs learn where to find shelter, how to hunt tiny insects, and when to sing to call their kin. The rainforest's nursery is never empty. It's a place of constant renewal. Every rainstorm brings new generations, new songs, and new beginnings. The frogs are now a part of a timeless cycle, one that began long before them and will continue long after. The young guardians, as the frogs grow, they take their place as guardians of the rain. They may be small, but their voices carry through the night like a symphony of hope. Their songs tell stories of rain, growth, and life itself. By eating insects, they help control balance. By becoming food for birds and snakes, they keep the chain of life unbroken. The rainforest thrives because of these tiny heroes, the keepers of nature's rhythm. The fragile balance, but the cycle is delicate. A single dry season, too long or too fierce, can silence entire ponds. Pollution or deforestation can steal the safe havens where eggs once clung. Yet, nature is resilient. The frogs adapt, finding new leaves, new pools, and new melodies to sing. The balance is fragile, but it holds because of unity, diversity, and the power of life itself. Every drop, every leaf, every croak plays a role in keeping the rainforest alive, the legacy of life. As the sun sets over the canopy, the chorus of frogs fills the air once more. Their songs rise like a celebration of survival, of renewal, of endless life. Somewhere among the leaves, a mother frog rests again, her eggs shimmering softly in the moonlight. The story begins anew. The rainforest never ends its tale. It simply turns a new page each season. From egg to tadpole, from froglet to guardian, the cycle of life continues, whispering the same secret to every listener. Even the smallest life can carry the world's greatest song. What an amazing adventure, explorers. The tiny tree frog has shown us that courage doesn't come from size, it comes from heart. From the tallest trees to the smallest puddles, the rainforest is alive with stories waiting to be discovered. Thank you for hopping along with us today on VKids Animal Kingdom, where every creature, big or small, has a tale to tell. If you loved this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the magic so more young adventurers can join our kingdom of wild wonders. Until next time, keep your hearts brave, your minds curious, and always be ready for the next leap.